pretty fast picks here. The Void and the Grim for BetBoom almost instantly.
So, I think one of the funniest things I remember from BetBoom's last game against Mind Games when they had this Nature's Prophet Beastmaster was they actually lost like their lanes in that game, and then I remember at like 20 minutes or something they just went to Roche, but like not with their heroes. They sent the Helm of the Dominator or Helm of the Overlord creep and a bunch of summons into the Roche pit with like the tree ants from Nature's, and they just took Roche only with that. Like they didn't even do it with their heroes, so they were just showing on the map, and like the enemy team's like, well, they're not doing Roche, they're showing on the map. Meanwhile, there's just a bunch of animals just like biting Roshan's ankles until it finally died, and then they took it, and it was like the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. So that's like, that was their way back into that game after they lost their laning stage. And so it's nice that they know that they can do that and have that option. They just had Beastmaster like hiding in the trees next to it for the aura.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah. How do they do that without the auras?
Yeah.
But the auras, I could see it. Yeah, that's really clever, actually. But we talked about it. The TA 2000 most played hero, signature Terrorblade. Really good so far in this game. Versus Zoo, right? It's the summons don't do anything. You can push the boars with your illusions quite easily. BetBoom did the best they could. You know, their opening is like all physical damage, right? So they picked a lot of magic damage right after. And the Grimstroke, if he does get an Ag, is quite good versus the Terrorblade, but still a really good Terrorblade game nonetheless so far.
Yeah, I can see BetBoom being scary with the Void Spirit Inkswell combo. If they get another hero here, like another strong support that can play with that, that's like a scary trio to run the map with.
They are going to have first pick out of this banning phase.
Mm-hmm.
What sticks out for you guys?
Well, I've got a question for you.
Okay.
Because I don't know. Where's Zeus going?
We don't know.
4.
Guess.
Okay.
Where do you think Zeus is going to go?
4.
Alright, so Terrorblade's carry.
Mm-hmm.
Zeus 5.
Shaman's probably 4.
Zeus 5.
Yeah,
So
Zeus going to be 5 or mid? What do you think?
Mid or 5. I think it will be...
I think it's 5 because BetBoom are banning out mids like Invoker and Batrider.
How does Zeus match against Void Spirit? I guess it's not scary anymore because you have the jump.
I mean, it's probably do really well on Zeus, right?
Yeah.
Magic damage.
Throw him in. I'm down.
Alright. And then Dawn 5? Or Dawn offlane?
Dawn offlane or 5. Whatever they want.
Whatever they want.
Down.
Whatever tickles their fancy.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great Zeus game for a core. Like, your ability to find Nature's Prophet. I just want them to have maybe a little bit more jump.
Stun,
Something
please.
that can...
They need more stun. Like, I played a lot of Terrorblade, and I hated playing drafts where I pop meta and people just walk away, you know?
Yes, I want that too. And also, like, if they can have a nice blink stun or something similar to that right now, it allows the chain stun from, like, the Dawn ult to come out.
They put Dawn 5 and pick up Sand King.
Oh, yeah, baby. I'm not even joking. It's such a great Sand King game. I would kill for that right now. I think it's great.
God, I love it when you agree with what I say.
Of course. I disagreed with you earlier, so now you get one agreement.
No, you have to actually want to agree with me. You can't just say that.
I'm just kidding. I really agree. Like, I think if they pick a Sand King and he goes like a Vanguard, he can just sit in front of towers and defend them all game, and he'll feel really good. Like, Sandstorm's great. Against all this summon zoo, whatever, like your Wyvern's gonna want to Cold Embrace to protect against physical damage, and Sand King's primarily magic. Like, I would really love to see a Sand King this game. I think it would be amazing.
Yeah, all those reasons is why I said Sand King too.
Yeah, you're poggers, Nat.
They are running out of time though. It is slowly ticking down.
Yeah!
Let's go!
LFG!
She's so
She called
good.
it.
Oh, what can I say? All in a day's
Go
work.
high five it out.
Thank you so much.
That's my girl.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Now I'm going to go ride that high for the rest of my life. And I'm also going to bring in our casters who are going to be Lacoste and Trent. I'm being on this summit.
Oh
Guys,
my God.
hi. Lacoste, I'll let you speak. You can just take all the time in the world. Please, don't stop. How are you in this draft too, I guess?
I'm doing good. Drafts are looking fine. Definitely didn't expect Sand King to be the last pick. This hero's been nerfed for a pretty big time. I feel you know, we might see him pop off. I doubt it. I saw him play. I saw him being played after the nerfs, and it just feels very awkward. Also, shout out to my boy Fear. Look at the T-shirt that
Oh,
I'm
he has
wearing.
my
See it?
shirt.
Damn, he wore this especially for you.
Lacoste, my boy.
Yeah, I had to change it.
Trent, I'll also let you have a little bit of the floor too. Do you like this Sand King? You for or against it?
I like not having merch. I'm a little sad right now. I wish I had some merch.
Yeah.
It's a
Peter's
good
got
merch.
merch?
Like this is durable. Like
discontinued.
this is the best shirt I ever
Trent's
had.
gonna be in your
I
DMs
love
Wow, we're chilling hard
afterwards.
here. This is good. Yeah, I'm taking it back here.
Yeah, he's gonna be in your DMs after this video. He's gonna be like, so my address, just in case you ever wanted to know.
I don't even
is-"
have any. You're gonna have to find some on eBay or something. I don't know.
He doesn't have spares to
Doesn't
hand
have
out.
his own shirt.
But shirt and amazing merch aside, would you like to take a stab in the dark of where you think this game's gonna go?
Oh, Sand King, baby, is the best hero ever. I think one move we're playing this hero mid and winning with it. So I mean, I think the hero's great still. I think you're all haters.
Quickly, Fear.
I actually do like Rune's draft here. They need that stun for the TB. TB should outscale this game, but up to BetBoom to outplay him.
Looking forward to seeing what they are able to do as we jump into game one with Trent Lacoste.
Thank you very much. Lovely panel for helping us out here. And yeah, Lacoste, it's a pretty good looking draft here. Not gonna lie, I feel like BetBoom have done the same thing since they did their little qualifier run towards the major, where they play this sort of like 3 very active cores, push down the game at a fast pace. And Rune Eaters, they gave the Nature's Prophet, so surely that means they're ready for it, right?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, they needed some kind of a stun, some kind of a lockdown, a hero that comes online relatively quickly. So I don't think they had way too many options left. Like you and me were talking about, like this Dawnbreaker. I love this hero. This hero has been on the rise in every single region, and I feel we're gonna see a lot more from it. Having this global presence on top of Zeus and Sand King setting things up, that could be their way to come back into the game. Also, their entrance into the game. Looking at the BetBoom's lineup, pretty standard stuff, I would say. From their side, having this Nature's Prophet as a core, they still think it's very good. They know how to utilize it. Looked a little bit one-dimensional during the major with their drafts. But they did better than people expected. Ooh,
Jeez, yeah, that's TA2000 kind of caught looking the wrong way here, and he's certainly a Terrorblade master, but not doing much of the Stairmaster lately, it would seem.
Not a place to be. I don't know what the plan was there. You're Terrorblade, you have 500 HP, and a nice wraparound from BetBoom. So this is going to secure them. Oh, let's see who's going to pick it up, Limitless or the Hog. The Hog does not want to trade region, so he's going to go away, let Limitless pick up the Bounty Rune. In the end, it's going to be 2 for 2.
Yeah, and so the mid Sand King, as you're saying, something that definitely, you know, we're in a bit of a new meta in terms of people trying out these new heroes. We're seeing our Marcies and our Dawnbreakers and stuff. But Sand King is a bit of a holdover from the last patch, something that was tried by some teams more than others. Are you a believer in the Sand King? Like once he gets going, like is it worth putting him mid for that early blink?
I would say no if you asked me like half a year ago. But with all the buffs that Sand King got, he was doing really good. You scale well, especially with like E-Blade, Shard. All of these things got buffed, and then they got nerfed again. Like every single ability pretty much got nerfed after that. You can still make it work. I'm not saying he's weak, but he's much weaker than he's used to be. Looking at the bottom lane, noticed a lot of pressure from the Beastmaster's Wild Axes. This is going to be big problem. Both of these heroes very low HP. One stroke of Fate plus Axes can actually bring down Terrorblade if he's sitting near the creep wave.
Yeah, it's always frightening when the Beastmaster, I think, like has the confidence to go over this early Axes build. Because they kind of spot a situation where they can punish, and like they have the double noob with the Stroke of Fate there too, and so even with all the buffs that Terrorblade got, of course, is like double the damage on level 1 Metamorphosis, it still kind of feels like you need that level 3, I feel like, to really like go on someone. So I don't know if it's made that much of a difference. And when you start early with the level 1 Reflection, he didn't even get that like first wave win with the Metamorphosis play.
because he doesn't have it. Yeah, that's why. Even if he pops the meta, they can still nuke him down. They can get on top of him with the Grimstrokes Inkswell. Shaman saving a point. There's gonna be a lot of nukes. I like the build on Beastmaster where they get an earlier point and when they get the Ring of Bassi just to be able to spam things out. And the Force Major, he started with Headrest, so a little bit more oriented in terms of like trading region in the lane. Beastmaster does have 2 mangoes to work with. I want them to want to see them play a bit more aggressive in this lane. Just keep spamming them.
Yeah, see how early can you send this TA2000 to the jungle, I suppose, right? Yeah, every Terrorblade player, they want to go there, you know? It calls to them. But all your teammates are just begging you to try and stay in the lane a little bit longer.
Please, stay in the lane for another 15 seconds. Get 1 CS and 1 dead. Yeah, Terrorblade players, they know when to go to jungle.
Yeah, I mean, us support players like it, right? They head to the jungle, we get the lane, try not to feed too much, and up top, juking and jiving. Slow Starbreaker there, so nobody feeding to the Dawnbreaker. But it's Dawnbreaker Zeus. This is like the hot new couple of heroes, right? This is our 4 Zeus jumping everywhere, zapping people, and Dawnbreaker looking for that bit of global presence with the Solar Guardian.
Yeah, both of these heroes have been highly contested in the regions that I've been covering. North America, Europe West. They seem pretty good. The thing about these heroes that are very popular right now is they're super flexible and you don't know where they go. Because Dawnbreaker has been played as all 5 roles in just a matter of a week. So super flexible. And
kind of interesting too, because like it feels quite a bit different too, depending on where she goes. And like all her skills feel kind of nice. So no matter what you're maxing, you know, you can really make her work. And even gonna get a little bit of a Solar Guardian help there. You know, she doesn't have the ulti yet, but she's still your little Solar Guardian. Taking Seneko back off of Arrow there.
It's a hero that feels very good to play. Like, very satisfying spells, has nice animation, a bit of a global presence, stun save.
It's the hammer, you know? When that hammer comes down on the Q, I like that. Oh, well, we like that as well. TA fighting back here. Getting the kill on the Grimstroke, too. And at the same time, they are going to snag a Courier up top there. So Limitless going to be a little bit worse for wearing the Dawnbreaker, but did get the Soul Ring handed off, so no problem.
Looking at the mid lane, Sanking 29 CS against 26. They didn't block the small camp for Sanking, so Sanking is also farming the small camp. No stacks being made at the moment.
Did you think it was your
Sanking's one of the heroes that can easily farm the stacks, like even the ancient stacks. Bottom lane, TA2000. There's the Inkswell combo.
Oh, you'll love to see that. And the last little tap there. And Kaori holding out there for a little bit more on the shackles, but obviously not going to result in too much as the creep comes in to tank the tower. And some revenge in the bottom lane here.
How many deaths do you think TB will have before he moves to his special place called jungle?
Let's say 2, because I think he's going like after a couple waves here. I think he probably doesn't die again. Do you think? I think he can live.
I'm going to say 1 more. 1 more and he's gone.
Yeah. Dahak's got that TP, you know. They want to dive 1 more time. Suddenly he could be there.
The Hawk on Nature's Prophet always manages to find the farm. Whether we're talking about like him farming the small camp, having these treants being very obnoxious.
Kaori. Maybe he'll be the one who dies. It could be him who sends his Terrorblade to the jungle here. As Noticed grabs another one. He's on a spree already. He's got all 3 kills so far for BetBoom. And
off to a
you know,
very good start. You don't want to give Beastmaster that good of a start. Like, this hero has been insane in the last couple of weeks of DPC. Whenever I see this hero, it's like, yeah, you won the lane.
It's crazy because also at the same time, Hayes though, they are gonna lose their mid Sanking. Someone who's dependent on that goal for that first early item gonna be falling down, and now Kaori coming to try and get a little bit of help. Also getting pushed back and killed. So Laral very pleased with this situation. Dahak, excellent early join that they're always looking for with this hero. Exactly what you want. And yeah, you got Beastmaster winning lanes, and now they're grabbing kills in the mid as well. And Yeah, I was watching the EG series, EG versus TSM, and seeing the Beastmaster having the issue of like feeding the boars, right? You can have the bad lane for sure on Beastmaster, but when you have the good lane and like they haven't been feeding the boars, and not really to target them down, they're diving you under the tower, they're getting these kills, and he just snowballs in this place where we're talking about Terrorblade going to the jungle. Beastmaster takes over your jungle, so he's gonna be losing a lot of that real estate on the Terrorblade here.
You're going to be losing a lot of map as well when you play against Nature's Prophet and Beastmaster. You go to jungle, you know that this tower is going to be gone. It's being pinged out at the moment, but what's happening top? Limitless, level 5.5. Soneko on Wyvern, this is one of the better heroes that you can soak up experience with and defend the tower, but you need to be in the right spot. Like, this is not the spot that you want to be in. You want to be more to the north, hiding in the trees, using your Arctic Burn and Splinter Blast. Maybe dying once or twice is fine as long as you can keep this tower alive. There's not much tower damage early on the Radiant side, because they need like Terrorblade to pop the meta, which is that's not what he wants to do. He wants to be able to farm some creeps. Also, this is 5 Shaman, so I don't think you're going to be getting much levels. He's level 3, 6 minutes in.
He's gonna be waiting a while there, so yeah, it kind of feels like they need to get 6 on Limitless before that push into the bottom. Like, if Terrorblade wants to hang out by this tower, and if BetBoom decides to force it, maybe they get a turnaround play with Solar Guardian. Could maybe see Arrow give a lot of space to Limitless right now, like try and give him the full waves. I think that'd be a pretty good call.
I mean, you're Zeus. You also want some XP. Like, the play you do is you pretend you're staying out of the XP range, but you're actually getting it. That's how I do it. I'm like, oh, sorry. Yeah, look at him.
Sorry.
Look at him.
My
That's me.
bad. Oh, I didn't mean to. Yeah. Oh, Sand King. Oh, I stacked you 4 camps. Oh, whoops. I'm just chilling in the river. I didn't mean to be in range of you wiping all those camps. It's tactical. That's because you're a Pudge player. You know how to get that XP.
Always need some extra XP. And Corey, bottom, looks pretty dead to me. They're going to be putting some pressure onto the tower. Terrorblades like, see ya. I'm not getting nowhere near that. So this should be the tower. They also have a little bit of more global presence on their side as well, having Wrath of Nature.
Yeah, and Soneko doing exactly as you said, the classic play. There's also no Lightning Bolt here yet, as Arrow only having 2 in the Arc and the Heavenly Jump, so that's going to help him escape on the Wyvern. Able to at least delay by 1 wave as he just TVs to the tier 2. Love that play. Soneko already on his way back to the tower. Carry, though, wants some revenge. Gonna go for the Shackles from the tree line. There is a Solar Guardian here as well, just in case there's some sort of like a turnaround potential. They have to come and help. Or maybe if they wanted to actually get that kill, because they do not have enough to do with themselves.
He's more focused on the tower right now. Don't want to kill this tower. Soneko zoned out, had to use the TP, and as you said, like TP to tier 2 tower coming back. You're in a tough spot. Your Arctic Burn only level 1, so you did not have that ready.
Surprised they didn't like, try and get a Haze TP or something, but same thing on the Sand King, right? He's like trying to defend that mid tower. He wants to get his Blink Dagger. He's getting pretty close here, so I feel like Rune Eaters have stabilized pretty well, considering they've got 6 kills on BetBoom.
They did, definitely. Terrorblade, 55 CS in terms of net worth. Still sitting pretty high. He got some good levels, level 7, 9 minutes in, not too bad. But it seems like they're not going to be defending the tower on Rune Eater's bottom. It's going to be pretty standard stuff, a bit of a trade. The Hawk has a big item coming up to him, Maelstrom, and then they can start putting some more pressure on the map. Haze actually TP's bottom. 100 gold
yeah, they have
short.
this Observer Sentry combo, so like they kind of knew this is all being set up here. It looks like they must be getting ready for a Solar Guardian play here.
Yes, yeah, this is the play, and they're stealing their stacks. Look at Limitless.
Oh,
that's pretty big.
Yeah, getting right up, and that was a lot of camps too. So will this be worth it? The Solar Guardian, it's coming through. They were so ready for Lalo to do this. Goes to the Simulate, tries to get the distance, but still falls. And a Roar even dropped there, and now Arrow hopping right on to Notice. They got Shackle still. They got the Hex as well. So attempted save from Force Majeure. Not going to be there. And he's just back. That's a double kill for the support. Zeus and Patience. It was rewarded here for Rune Eaters.
Yeah, well done. Just being able to defend the tower. Sand King was 100 gold away from Blink. And he's like, I'm going to TP in, relying on Solar Guardian to kick in if they decide to dive. I think a lot, like including myself, a lot of players as well do forget what the Dawnbreaker does. Like, you know that there is Solar Guardian, you know that she's in the game, but you're like, oh, I forgot.
Yeah, it's like when every single game Invoker somehow gets one Ghost Walk escape before anyone buys Dust, and you're like, oh, right, yeah. Even though you've been playing against Invoker for like 10 years. You always get one, and you get one really
Not
good
as
save
much
as a
for
Dawnbreaker.
Invoker, yeah, but I don't know. Something about this Dawnbreaker hero keeps me always forget it.
Oh, there we go. Tower will eventually fall. Obviously, still worth the first great defense that they had there, but now this is where you're going to be swarming into this jungle, and this is now going to be a very difficult place for you to travel to if you want to be Rune Eaters. You know, Beastmaster is going to control this all up. Nature's Prophet can be there any moment, so going to see them sort of migrate to the more northern half of the map, playing around their own ancients, and start moving into the dire jungle, where it's actually going to be a bit safer for them.
Yeah, for sure. Shadow Shaman does also have level 6, so they could potentially go for the tier 1 tower on the mid lane. Right now, it's Limitless who's playing the top part of the map, farming up, the most farm hero in the game at the moment, going for more scaling build. I like that. The Echo Saber disassemble into BKB feels really good on this hero.
Yeah, I think that's going to play well with Haze, too, who has the Blink Dagger, is now hunting with that Sand King. So they can just be a big group up here. And this is sort of our global presence, right? Oh, he's starting the ulti, and he's got the spacing. Knows there's no way he's getting stunned, and they're even going to bring the Solar Guardian just in case. So easily secure that one with the help of the damage from Thunder God's Wrath. And this little combo that they've got can certainly kill anyone on the side of BetBoom.
It's pretty disgusting, this combo that they have with the 2 global ultis. Sankin can set things up. Now we see Haze farming his boots of travel to even have more of a global presence. I like that a lot. Seems like BetBoom was kind of shut down. They were off to a really good start getting the kills. Seems like they want to use the smoke and get something done.
I feel like
no.
It sort of speaks to like how we've seen BetBoom do such a similar strategy like every game. You know, like I think this was their plan. There's like, if we can just hold the towers and delay some of those earlier pushes, we can be ready for this big swarm up. But yeah, this is the punish on the cooldowns.
Radiant are scanning.
Scan doesn't reveal anything. They know something is going on, but let's see how they approach it. Look at the positioning from Rune Eaters.
Yeah, that's good. And they have the Hawk as well for the Beastmaster, too. So just really respecting his potential vision, throwing down some sentries here. Worried about what they could be up to. And shortly going to be revealed. You know, you see Laurel there. Now Notice comes up. So onto the tower they go. Notice is in vision here. But again, no Solar Guardian for another 35 seconds. No Epicenter as well. All they can do is really try and spam out the wave. And Snako does have the curse back in 1 second. It's a good setup here. He's going to go for it. Arrow, the easy target. Do not want to try and defend him. Inkswell, a nice safe little approach from Laurel. And they'll grab themselves the tower. So for as much as we praise Rune Eaters and some great plays, this was a pretty calm move into that mid tower here. Very successful from BetBoom. Although it did take 5 heroes.
It did. They don't have much tower damage anyway if they don't bring Nature's Prophet. And seems like the Hawk wants to be able to farm his BKB. He's going for Shard next, but definitely gonna feel... Maybe he decides to skip it. We'll see. It's the Hawk. He knows the hero.
Yeah, Haze does pop the ulti. Misses on the burrow, but they got the Hex. Solar Guardian comes through. Does not get the stun. Inkswell pops, saving him. Now they want to do the turn and burn here. Jumps back in. Still trying to get Kaori there. He drops the snakes.
Good
throws
bait
them
from
down.
Marl.
Yeah, it really was. So, oh, but look at that. I missed the first burrow strike, but I'll hit the second. Aurora now onto Haze, holding him back. Laurel, he's got some escape spells here. First goes for the shield. Hops back. Oh, he wants to kill first. Oh, he's crazy. Laurel does go down. He tried to take Haze with him, but he wasn't quite able to.
Unfortunately, did not have Astral Step available.
It
Could have
so
gotten
close.
out. Maybe even like very close to getting that kill on Sanking as well.
Nicely done. I like the attempt there. So, yeah, they do get punished for, you know, get a couple good plays, but stick around a little bit too much, and everything's sort of even Stevens at the end. And, well, the one still standing is a meta TV who's hitting your mid tower, but those snakes used defensively, I mean, they're not dropped on the mid tier 1, and so 15 minutes in, they're still holding this tower. Despite quite a few battles taking place here.
Lar did a very good job going in with the Astral Step, forcing Shaman to drop the wards, then getting out with the Dissimulate. And he knows Limitless is somewhere here, but we'll need a TP from Nature's Prophet.
Jeez, he's taking the big damage here, and yeah, they will eventually come through, though. Void Spirit, just such good solo kill potential. Like, you just look at his items, and you're just like, yeah, okay, this is fine. Like, what's a Dawnbreaker gonna do? He can't TP out. He's just holding his spells. He can dodge
Big
a lot of
ulti
your stuff.
From Nature's Prophet being able to hit him, and you could see Lar just trying to provide vision. He has Witchblade coming next to him. Now this hero feels really strong. Just that one item gives you solo pick-off potential on both of the supports, and having that global presence as well to have a TP, so you might even try to get the cores. Rune Eaters popping the glyph. There's a lot of units here. Dawnbreaker ready to defend with the hammer.
Yeah, it's actually Dawnbreaker who's here. A little unusual, right? Like, has the Solar Guardian up, and she's the one sent down here, not Haze to try and get some sort of an ulti play in after from the Dawnbreaker, but that'll send them back. They don't have the full units to do it. And yeah, as you said, that Wrath of Nature is actually so insane. Like, for these solo pickoffs, he did 550 damage with that ulti. It's so crazy. Like, sometimes you can mess it up when you get a little bit too greedy with the number of units that you're going to jump, depending on where you place it on the map, but when you hit it like that, it doesn't really matter how tanky your hero is if you just lose a quarter of your HP. But despite being a low HP tower, they still drop the snakes in the middle lane, so they will eventually get that knocked down. And I guess soon we're going to be battling it up for Roche here between the two teams.
Oh, most definitely. Beastmaster does have only 1 point in Inner Beast, going for the Raid Pact next. I like that, being able to reduce damage from Zeus, Sanking, and Dawnbreaker. That's going to be pretty big. They also don't have the heroes that can like go in and kill the Raid Pact. If you look at the two supports, like these, they want to keep the distance. Maybe Dawnbreaker will try to do it, but she definitely needs a BKB to be able to do it.
Well, another jump in there with the Inkswell. They makes it so easy, right? All the best Grimstroke players know that Inkswell's the best spell. Yeah, sure, it takes coordination, so it's a bit rougher in the pubs, but when you got it like this with a Void Spirit, it's just free. Free, easy setup. And again, when you're targeting the Dawnbreaker, you know, it's like jumping the IO. It's like jumping the medic in TF2. She's the one saving people. So grab her first, and it's all good.
He also decided to go for Shard immediately. No shenanigans, no mana boots, no Ether Lens, just straight up Headrest Brown Boots into Shard. So having a Dispel mechanic against the stuns from Dawnbreaker, Sanking, and mostly Shadow Shaman, that's pretty big. Now look at the damage on tower. Look at the bottom tower. It's down to half HP.
Guys, team?
That's you, Trent. This is you. Look at it. Greater you.
I'm the greater. Jeez, man, that guy was just bodying that tower. That is a lot. Yeah, you know what's a lot is that shard, as you're saying, it's the 40% damage. I always underestimate that because like I'm always excited for like the dispel. You know, that's the cool part for sure for the Grimstroke. But boosting the damage by that much on a spell that already does so much damage is so ridiculous. Well, good ward here.
I mean, they had to nerf it. They nerfed it, but it's still good. We have not seen double roar play. I hope we don't see the double curse play because that's kind of a grief.
Classic.
If they're standing too close, nothing happens. You're like, why? And speaking of Roche that you mentioned, they're inside the pit right now. Bunch of illusions from Terrorblade gonna tank it, which means that Shaman wards are still gonna be doing the damage. BetBoom, they're scouting things out.
Might be a bit too late here, though, as obviously Shaman did get the nerf that Roche can now one-shot those, but doesn't really matter. As you said, tank up with the illusion, so still going to have that piercing damage that rips through Roche, and that'll be an Aegis now for Terrorblade. And Carry also close to the Blink Dagger on the Shaman, which I've noticed a lot of the better Dawnbreaker games have been like the Banes and the Lions and these heroes that can get like the long disable for the Solar Guardian. It can enable some pretty sneaky like smoke plays for pickoffs and everything. So, and maybe like Blink, Hex, Shackle could get some pretty important kills in the mid game, especially on someone like Dahak who's trying to split push a little bit.
I like that Zeus is using ulti to scout things out. And now they know their smoke. They also know that they're bottom. Dawnbreaker very close to BKB, just 100 gold away. And they're pinging him out. Zeus is like, they're coming for you. Please be careful.
And look what Limitless does. He draws a line down mid and down top. And he's like, I'm going to be here. So you guys just push towers, right? And then if they're forced to defend, I can be there with you guys. And until then, I'll just keep throwing my Celestial Hammer down the lane and burning these creeps.
His
Another greater
positioning.
Treant, though. He's
Does
going
not
at
want to
it.
get close.
does manage to hit that stun, and Hayes actually almost gets there in time. That was close.
Almost. That's an epicenter. BetBoom should try to punish this. Even though playing into Aegis, not having epicenter in a fight is pretty big. And also, they know that Zeus used the ulti for scouting, and they instantly smoke. I love this from BetBoom.
Yeah, and they have that Wraith Pack too, as pointed out, so and you're reducing a lot there. Tries to go for the Solar Guardian for the save on the Zeus, not able to get it there. So arrow goes. Good curse as well, giving Laryl some space. Back out. He's full HP now. Cut through. Got the leech as well onto 2. Oh, there it is. That's what you want. You love to see it. He's going down. Get the wards, though. Carry trying to salvage this fight. They're going to bring down Laryl. Now TA2000 swinging here. Has the Aegis, so they don't necessarily want to contest this Terrorblade. Take their wins and back it up with the Zeus buyback. And they are going to be very pleased at this point, I would say. Taking a successful victory versus an Aegis. Just what you want. Great punish on the no epi.
They know that the 2 ultis were on cooldown. Instant smoke, good opening. They would definitely not want to use Lard there. But yeah, TB2000. I think he dealt a ton of damage in that fight. He stood his ground. Beastmaster was a little bit off with his roar. Maybe if they used it immediately and the Shaman got on top. Like Inkswell just didn't connect on time. But overall, I would say a W for BetBoom.
Yeah, I think at this point they're just stalling like a little bit. Like not necessarily a lineup that they really want to go late versus, because Rune Eaters are going to scale really well, but they certainly want to hit this bit of a window like directly after this Aegis, where I think they're going to be really strong. Like the BKB being finished onto Notice would be great, so you can get a little bit more involved in these engagements. Other than that, what's their next big item timing? There's not much, eh? There's like the Ags on Grimstroke is obviously pretty nice, but that's going to be probably by the time this game's decided whether he has that or not.
Yeah, probably Mjolnir on Nature's Prophet. There are not too many big items coming on their side. The Beastmaster very far away from his BKB. Void Spirit does have Sanj. We'll have Kaya Sanj pretty soon. So a little bit of more burst damage on these 2 supports. Ideally, you would want to be able to jump Shaman or Zeus, and this is what Lar is trying to do right now.
Yeah, hunting here. Let's say he'll be able to escape safely, though. And yeah, that Mjolnir, not an item that we get to see too often anymore, I would say. Obviously, a lot of people that like felt the need to go Maelstrom would sometimes go into the Gleipnir now, but underrated is that not only does it do the most damage in terms of the lightning procs compared to the other items, like Maelstrom does some, Gleipnir does more, Mjolnir does even more, but Gleipnir is only 4 targets. Mjolnir is 12 targets, so it is the ultimate like illusion clear. As oh well, we need a clear up here. It's actually a cleanup in aisle mid. As Sand King goes down. Now Snako targeted. Glimmered, though, will escape from the wards. So back it up, and they'll easily get Kaori there. And no need to burn really anything of importance. They have everything still up right now from BetBoom.
Yeah, they do have really good saves. We talked about Inkswell being a save. Now the Glimmer Cape as well picked up on Wyvern, plus Cold Embrace on top of that. And I think Wyvern is getting the shard. Yeah, it's flying to Sonaiko as we speak. So a bit more damage as well, and slow on the target that you're trying to focus. And to go back to your Mjolnir point, I like that item a lot. I've seen Juggernauts just rushing it. Just Mjolnir shard build on Juggernaut, no real stats. Kind of big fan of it. It's the most damage you can get for the cost of the item.
It's just overwhelming, really. Like, especially with how tanky everyone's been getting in Dota over time. It's nice to have something that just feels like raw damage to try and get through some of this. Maybe catch them a bit off guard. And BetBoom, successful fights right in a row there, and now they're starting to get that territory over the map. Notice just like running through here, farming everything up. The help of his summon. You know, we love the Harpy Scout. Not quite as busted as it once was, but still useful in these situations when you're hunting for the important kills. And you know, it's been 100s on both sides here. He's going to jump. It doesn't have the silence yet, though, on Laryl. So Kaori still something to be a little worried about. He's going to jump that close to the Shaman. But instantly, the smoke up. They love the smokes, and they want Shaman again.
He knows exactly where he's standing. Well, there it is, the Harpy Scout. As you said, not the strongest creep, but the most awkward-looking creep in the game.
Oh, that's for sure. Don't ever go showcase on that thing. Meanwhile, at the same time, Arrow being hunted by Dahak, but he will escape. With all these items, no stun, so TP's out. But we got a stun, though. Double stun. We got the Astral right into... Oh, but the Sunder! The save! Limitless going to be living now. Hayes trying to go for the turn for the epicenter of the Burrow Strike. It's on the nose, but he has the Ink Swell. Going to be dispelled. That's the turn right back onto Hayes. So you love the Ink Swell like that. Oh, you think you're doing something good, and suddenly the guy you stunned is unstunned, and you're stunned, and then you're dead.
You see it happening. You don't even try to go for the disables anymore because you know it's gonna pop off. And now onto tier 2 tower. Also right back like this. It's bigger.
Yeah.
You can see it easier. Still the 30% damage reduction. It's not about it dealing damage. It's more about reducing damage from heroes like Zeus and Sanking. And now they're controlling the map. They have the Hawk and they have the Hawk. They have both of those. So vision very strong.
They got the Hawk, and the Harpy. And now they're going to be jumping in there onto Laurel. So revenge kill is there. Kerry almost survives. He gets sniped from downtown by Force Major. Limitless trying to chase here. No detection, though, and also no range. Really is going to reach that hammer. Doing his best attempts to be Thor right now, but Snakeo going to run to the pit. Flies way out. Hayes. Okay, Hayes is coming. Not panicking, just slowly walking. And we'll grab that kill. 30 more seconds till potential Roche as they manage to drive out the side of BetBoom from their half of the map. But BetBoom still slowly gaining a lead here over Rune Eaters.
Laro's a maniac. He loves to go in all the time. I mean, it's going to be much easier once he picks up that Aghanim Scepter. Still very far away from it. Needs 3,000 gold, so we'll need a couple of minutes. Beastmaster does have a BKB on top of the Raid Pack and Helm of the Dominator. Super farmed. Going into Blink Shard next. This Shard is insanely good. This Shard being able to initiate. Yeah. I tested it out the other day because I was thinking, you know what? Grimstroke Beastmaster? That's really cool. Soulbind. Then you have a Hawk stunning both targets. Only works on one.
Yeah.
Damage and stun.
Disappointment. Valve? Bug tracker? I mean, come on now. Can we? I guess it's because the creep's casting the spell, and creep spells don't get doubled. It's like Brewmaster, you know? You don't get to double any of those things with the Soulbind as well because they're creep heroes. And I guess it's a creep, not a creep hero. Anyway, Roche, we got the timer. 45 more seconds here, so bad news, they will not have the Void Spirit Eggs by then. That would be great for the Roche fight, but overall, I feel like BetBoom sort of in a spot with all this vision that we're discussing. Seems like they're the ones that should be controlling Roche this time.
They definitely have like vision that we talked about. They're gonna keep more eyes on it anyway because it's the second Roche. First Roche is kind of meh. It's good, but not as good as the second one. Because yeah, they have ways to fight inside the pit. If they clump up, one good curse could make a big turnaround play.
And, well, speaking of turnaround plays, not only do we have the Solar Guardian now, we have that Blink Dagger finished up on Limitless. So this ability to do your, like, Starbreaker into the Blink can be good. So a lot of counter initiation. You know, they're going to have the Sanking jumping in. You have just, like, even just counter vision from Zeus. If someone gets jumped, use Zeus ulti to get the vision for everybody. Maybe the Sunder for their save. So BetBoom do have to be slightly cautious about how they initiate into these fights. But at the same time, I think Rune Eaters, the saves that they have are mostly, like, kind of like high risk, and you have to be really on point with the spells other than Solar Guardian. That's like the one free save they have.
Yeah, absolutely. I think BetBoom's lineup at the moment feels much easier to execute in the team fights. You have Laurel going in. He does have Ceremonial Robe, so less status resistance and magic resistance.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's such an interesting hero, I think, Void Spirit, because like no one wants to buy BKB on this hero. And they always want this Aghanim, so it does run that risk, but like the reward is just so ridiculous when you hit those big silences. And so Laurel, he's living on the edge, and they're living in the edge of the pit right now, waiting to see what BetBoom want to do. Jumps in with the Inkswell, doesn't see anybody. Does get a grab though, onto Arrow, but no follow up there. Mjolnir shield on Doc.
Man fighting
TA2000. Yeah, he really wants it. There's the double roar, perfectly timed. As they get the Grim Soulbind in there, but now the Winter's Curse trying to break things up now. Buy Snake a little bit of space. Dahak also being healed up, but it's during his BKB. Not getting the damage out, but there is damage flying through this fight. A Sunder as well to keep T2000 up. He's still swinging, drops Arrow down low, but still, Terrorblade, can he win this fight? He's swinging for all the illusions. The Scotty's just piling through, but no, he's taunted up. He already used his Sunder. Will eventually fall. Help with the buyback there from Snakeo. Attempt to escape from Arrow as he hops to the high ground. He's going to manage to find his way out of there. The save with the heal. Oh, save the Grimstroke Force Major. He's living. Now Laral gonna help with the chase down there as well. It's
He has
3
another
gone.
one. Astral Step in a second. He's
He
going
wants
in.
it. Easy.
Not gonna connect.
Not quite enough.
That was such a baller move there from the Hawk. His itemization. If we can see, let's see how much damage that was. Okay. Damage tanked. I would love to see damage tanked if possible. Damage done.
He took like 4,300 damage. 4,400
That's
damage
insane.
to Nature's Prophet. Yeah.
Yeah, so having a plate mail, the casual plate mail that we didn't mention, and also having a blast rig, pops the Satanic. Sonaiko comes in with the clutch Cold Embrace to be able to save him. And yeah, he dies in the end, but this is a big W. I guess you give Shard to Laral. You might even give Aegis to him. 20 seconds with no Nature's Prophet. Yeah, they're not going to leave it in the pit. So both of these should be picked up by Laral. And he's very close to Aghanim Scepter. Once he gets that, then now he can go even, like, even crazier in the fight.
Is it possible? Can he find another level of insanity as he plays this hero?
If he didn't have Grimstroke behind him, I don't think he would play like that. But yeah, these Void Spirit players, they are something else.
Yeah, and it's perfect, though, because now, like, Dahak is also fully swapped. Like, he went full Mjolnir, of course, but then it's into the BKB, as you said, and the Playmail and the Satanic, and now Dahak's kind of buying lots of space for Laral to be a little bit crazier, because he's not only a consistent force of damage, but he's entered this, like, tanking mode, where he's able to help reduce what T2000 is able to do on the Terrorblade. And, I mean, you saw how much time he spent just swinging his Terrorblade that fight, but in the end, they're just able to space themselves out. Some key buybacks there from BetBoom. Secure them to fight the Aegis, and now pretty firm grip on this match.
I like what he's a Nature's Prophet player, going for the 100% miss chance for sprouted units instead of the sprout leashes. So if he sprouts Terrorblade's like whatever. Dawnbreaker
really
using
good
ulti
point.
just to get away.
Not what you want to see at this point, and oh, the Hex, though, Kaori. They're going to find Laral. This is the Aegis, though, keep in mind. Also an Inkswell there, too, so you can't go over the side. He actually just turns it right back. He's going to take down Kaori now. The fight moving down into the river. Limitless hunting up the high ground to Saneko. They got the Roar back onto Daze, though. He's going to fall. And now Limitless still looking for Saneko, realizing I'm not going to find this. So this BKB Dahak by the Roche Pit. T2000 going to have to BKB just a TP back home. As Arrow goes for a heavenly jump and actually lives. Pull the trigger on the projection a little bit early there, so the Remnant not going to get the kill.
Absolutely, Inkswell coming in clutch one more time on Laral. Even though he has Aegis, Shadow Shaman just doesn't get to play Dota. They don't have enough burst damage to just bring him from 100 to 0. Anyway, and again, the Sprout miss chance. I mean, it's not even a chance, it's like guaranteed.
Why is it called miss chance? That's a good point. It's like, just miss. You're missing all over the place is what you're doing here. Dahak coming in here. He wants to drop some trees down. Does a little bit of planting, a little Johnny Appleseed on the high ground here. And okay, Laral. Yeah, he doesn't like the Shadow Shaman. Now, I got 2.5 minutes of an Aegis, so I'm going to use it.
Some beef from the pubs. It looks like it. And it seems like they don't have what it takes to come back. Zeus getting initiated on. Laral once again going Madman mode. Dawnbreaker ulti will not connect. Needs to blink out. This might be the end of this game. They have Zeus, 80 seconds cooldown until he comes back. Does have buyback though, but everyone's going to be pretty much full HP. Laral still holding that Aegis for 2 minutes. And we also have Terrorblade clone from Soulbind.
Oh. All right, we're going to bash though. Lemlo's doing his best to try and salvage something here. Yeah, it's kind of as we said earlier. That Agnes might come out at some point for Grim, but kind of when the game is already feeling well in their hands. And now the AC even completed up here for Dahak too. So he's just full tank mode. Up to armor, 27 armor right now on this hero. The best stat growth in the entire game, by the way.
42
combined.
armor.
Just ridiculous.
I don't know where you got 27 from, Trent, but looks like 42.
Oh,
Sitting there, the
bugged.
Beastmaster, 43. I even saw 45 at one moment.
I promise, my math's not that bad. On mine, his Assault Caress is armor enhanced by 0, attack speed increased by 0 on my UI. So I even said to it, I was like, wow, that sounds low.
No, the other day I was watching the game and it's just spectator bug or something. I see different items than what he actually has.
That's perfect. It's just what I want to see. I should be checking the feed more often here, make sure I got the right items.
And now it becomes even more problematic for Rune Eaters to get the right initiation. So Naiko has been on point with his positioning, now having the Eon disc. What's Lar building? He's thinking about BKB. Okay. You said usually they don't buy it, but the way he plays Dota, maybe he needs it.
Oh, he certainly does. I just mean they don't buy it early compared to like everyone else. You know, they have to get that Agnus. They just love it too much. And no, I love the BKB here. Certainly the way to go. And there is a smoke out here from the Rune Eaters. You know, smoke pops, pop Thunder God's Wrath. Maybe they can
You
get
need
the
to
key
do a
target.
wraparound, because if you climb near your triangle, you know that there's gonna be someone sitting there.
Would
And
you
BetBoom,
say
they know
wraparound the
this
name
is
of the game?
desperation smoke.
Yeah, well, there's the vision out, as well as the Nimbus here. They're going to jump through. They got that Grimstroke, maybe. Force Majeure does go down. All right, important kill. No expel saves. He's going to buy back, try and get into this engagement for those important saves. As TA2000 stuck inside the Nimbus here, still just trying to protect him, shelter him with the lightning, but they still just kill him, even if he wants to stand under that beautiful little rain cloud there. As, the rest
They
of his
call
allies
it.
just
They
get,
got no business left in this game. These saves from Cold Embrace in the end with the Sprout and Beastmaster fake pumping Roar like 5 times, getting healed while having a BKB, that's kind of griefing, but it takes a lot from Terrorblade because he can't deal the damage. He wastes his BKB. Lar popped off, and also the Hawk on Nature's Prophet is a completely different beast. Like I don't see this hero being picked at all in the other regions, and he seems to be the hero specialist. Maybe for the next game, you should ban it out.
It's a terrifying hero because it's just you can itemize for any situation, and you saw
Pretty
it here
much.
going like this Mjolnir into like tank ability, made it really strong. And Rune Eaters, they had a good start, right? They got that first Roche, and I feel like BetBoom's fights that they took when they punished that cooldown of like the Thunder God's Wrath and the Epicenter, that was a pretty key moment in
that
this
was
game.
big.
I think
That
that's where
was
they sort of
huge.
salvaged it here. So the question is, can Rune Eaters now, instead of losing their momentum out of that first Roche, can they keep the momentum for the full game and find themselves a victory in this series? Or will it be a 2-0 for BetBoom? We'll find out after the break.